Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are unpacking a massive, fundamental shift in how we all work, building your very first AI employee in 2026. Not that long ago, building a digital teammate required an absolute army of software engineers and, frankly, a Fortune 500 budget. But today, that barrier is completely gone. No-code platforms are empowering absolutely anyone to build their own custom digital workforce, and you don't need a software engineering budget to do it. So, let's get started.
I want you to start by just imagining this for a second. What if you could hire an employee who literally never, ever sleeps? Picture having an assistant that happily answers your emails at 3 o'clock in the morning, an assistant that magically organizes all your messy documents while you're out having lunch, and just continuously researches your competitors while you are fast asleep. And the best part? They do all of this without ever asking for a coffee break, a vacation, or a raise. It sounds like a total superpower, right? Well, it's actually completely within your reach right now.
Part 1. Meet your digital teammate. Okay, let's dive into this and clear up some of those wild sci-fi myths.
When most of us hear the phrase AI employee, our brains probably jump straight to some metallic humanoid aggressively typing away in a cubicle. But unless your goal is to have a glowing red eye staring at your spreadsheets all day, the reality is way less Hollywood. An AI employee is really just a collection of intelligent software systems connected together to perform specific tasks automatically. You set the rules and it quietly executes them in the background. The whole point here isn't to replace human creativity. It's to ruthlessly eliminate all that soul-crushing repetitive work so you can actually focus on problem-solving and high-level strategy.
So why is every business rapidly adopting this right now? Well, it really boils down to 3 huge things. First up, time. Most of our daily business struggles aren't actually difficult. They are just incredibly repetitive, and that is exactly where AI excels. It completely wipes out that heavy administrative burden. Second is consistency. We're human, right? We get tired, we lose focus, we make typos. AI performs these tasks with predictable quality every single time. And third, scalability. Instead of linearly hiring more admin staff as you grow, AI lets you handle exponentially more work without adding all that extra overhead. Let's move on to part 2, the anatomy of an automation, and look at the underlying mechanics here.
Now, if you've never built software before, this might sound a bit intimidating. Actually, scratch that, it's way simpler than it sounds. Every single AI automation, regardless of how complex it looks, follows a very simple, foundational 3-step loop. And this brilliantly illustrates how it works. Step 1 is the trigger. Something happens to start the workflow, like an email arriving. Step 2 is processing. This is the magic step where the AI actually extracts details and reasons through the information. And step 3 is the action. Maybe your CRM is updated seamlessly, or a perfect reply is sent. Trigger, processing, action. Master that loop, and you've got the keys to the kingdom.
But here is the absolutely crucial point. Traditional automation was rigid. It used fixed if-then instructions to just move data blindly from point A to point B. Modern AI agents completely change the game. Because they understand natural language, they add reasoning and intelligence directly into the workflow. They interpret messy documents, recognize the true intent behind a frustrated customer's email, and adapt dynamically. They don't just move data around, they actually think about it. Which brings us to part 3, the essential AI toolkit. Let's shift our focus to the specific tools making this possible today.
To make this super easy to grasp, it helps to map these tools to human biology. Think of ChatGPT as the brain of your operation, handling all the reasoning, writing, and analysis. Platforms like NN act as your nervous system, physically connecting all your different apps together. And by the way, Zapier is a fantastic beginner-friendly connector if you're just starting out. Finally, tools like Notion or Google Docs act as the memory, a knowledge base securely storing everything your AI brain learns.
All right, part 4, building your first workflow. Let's introduce a concrete mini-narrative to ground these abstract tools.
Let's look at a highly practical, real-world scenario. Imagine you're a busy YouTube creator. At minute 0, a viewer submits a form with a new video idea. Normally, evaluating this would take hours, but watch this. By minute 1, NNN catches that form and hands it to ChatGPT to instantly evaluate the idea. At minute 2, Perplexity is triggered to research current trends around the topic. By minute 3, the AI drafts a completely structured outline. And by minute 5, a task is created in Notion and your team gets pinged on Slack. Boom! In just 5 minutes, a simple idea effortlessly glides through your AI tools to become a fully researched calendar event instead of taking hours of your day.
And hey, this technology isn't just for creators. Across literally every profession, AI employees are stepping in. Developers are using agents to automatically review code. Small businesses are generating sales reports and drafting invoices. Students are plugging their lecture notes in to automatically build flashcards and summarize heavy textbooks. Marketing teams use them to monitor competitors. Whatever it is you do, I guarantee there is a repetitive loop waiting to be offloaded.
Okay, let's take a slightly more serious tone for a second. Part 5. Mistakes and responsible automation.
As exciting as all this immense power is, beginners often fall into predictable traps when they first start building. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the golden rule written here. Automation should increase confidence, not eliminate oversight. AI makes mistakes. It is absolutely vital that if you are dealing with sensitive data, finances, or healthcare, human review must stay in the loop. The AI does the heavy lifting, sure, but you have to retain the accountability and sign off on the final product.
So here are your best practices to stay safe. First, start small. Seriously, do not try to automate your entire business on day one. Pick one simple, small workflow and test it thoroughly. Second, secure your sensitive systems. Never, ever give an automation unrestricted access to your finances or sensitive customer data. Third, don't overcomplicate things. A system you can't understand is going to break. And lastly, keep humans in the driver's seat for those high-impact decisions.
Part 6. The future of work. Let's look at what is coming next, because this is where things get wild.
What we've discussed so far is already incredible, but the horizon is truly staggering. Today, we mostly build single workflows, right? One trigger, one process, one action. But tomorrow's systems? They will coordinate multiple, highly specialized AI agents working together simultaneously. Imagine an entire ecosystem. One agent is your lead researcher, another is actively monitoring your competitors, a third is writing drafts, and a fourth is communicating with clients. They'll actively coordinate with each other. We are moving from simple digital assistants to full-blown digital departments supporting human teams.
So what does all this mean for you? Well, it leaves us with one critical question. Which of your tasks will you automate first? Think deeply about your daily routine, because AI automation isn't just about saving a few minutes of admin time. It's about uncovering your own ultimate competitive advantage. It's about buying back the time you need to do the deep, strategic, creative work that really matters. The revolution isn't coming. It's already here. So find that first draining task, start small, and go build your first intelligent workflow today. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and happy building.